really look up to and respect, and he's been a winner everywhere he's been. He's had influenced, for example, the PSG, what he started there, what he's done at AC Milan and Chelsea and Real Madrid. He's just, you can see fruits of that at Everton now as well. They've started the season fantastically. Now they've won the last 4 away games. They're still up there. And it's a team that you know that you're in for a battle when you play against them.
Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a lot of respect there for his opposition manager this weekend in Carlo Ancelotti. This should be a great game, Glenn. Man United coming into this one off the back of scoring 9 midweek. I don't think anyone saw that coming, and we know it was unlucky for Southampton losing a man so early on in the game, but that was a real statement.
It was, but it's a little bit, Ollie will know this, it's a little bit of a false statement. Not only did they have the send-ins off, but they had 9 first-team players out as well. We can't forget that. It was a wonderful performance from Man United. Some of the goals, and I mean, early in the game, Cavani came off at half-time. He was outstanding.
Brilliant,
with his movement. Was fantastic.
And
really
Luke Shaw too, wasn't he?
Luke Shaw, I think that was a bit of protection, for the weekend, bringing him off. I don't know if he's injured, but look at that for a finish there. They were coming from every angle, and I felt sorry for Saints, I really did. But, this is what Man United at their very best are like. They're ruthless, and they were ruthless on the evening. It's nicely set up, this game. Everton have got a win under their belt, a really good win after getting a loss. This is the way the season's gone, isn't it? They've responded, so they'll go to United with a little bit more of a spring in their step. They'll think they've got a chance. Ancelotti's been quite shrewd in the sense that he had them playing some open sort of free football at the beginning, and I think he's gone a bit dogged now. He's almost got a back four at times of centre-backs.
Centre-halves.
Centre-backs, and it's made them really tight. They've not been that expansive. Okay, they're a little bit more now because full-backs are coming in to play. I think it's the left-back's coming, isn't he? He's going to go. But they were really dogged, and they almost said, let the front players go and win the game for us. A little bit Italian, if you like, old-school Italian. But it's nicely balanced, this. I can't really see who's going to win this game.
Luke Shaw, Jules mentioned his performances this season have been fantastic. I think he's got the most assists from any left-back in the Premier League this season. We've seen a wonderful cross in midweek. How has he done it? Because at times, look at John Stones at Man City. It looked like his career might have been over there. Luke Shaw as well. But he has bounced back, and it's remarkable form he's in. Rafa.
I think this is the 4th time I'm going to say I don't know for a question, but his performances have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a player that I've been as impressed over the last few months when it comes to improving. I mean, he used to be a figure that Man United fans were really not sure about. I think, okay, as long as we have Luke Shaw playing, we're not going to be competitive in Europe, let alone in the Premier League. But he's gone to a completely different level.
Yeah.
Now, I can't, unfortunately, tell you if it's anything to do with the training. I can't see the coaching that Solskjaer does with him. Is it just a function of the team having a lot more maturity and confidence, and he just plays with a lot more belief when he's on the ball? I couldn't tell you, but the bottom line is that he's become a real asset from the position where people saw him as a liability. He's become one of the strongest, most consistent performers, and it makes such a big difference to have a reliable fullback on your side.
Could it be just as simple as a manager who puts an arm around him and tells him how good it is? Could it be as simple as that?
Not so much an arm round him, because I think reading between the lines, he needs a little bit of a kick up the backside every now and again. I think he knows the manager fancies him in the team. You're a number 1 left back. You're a good player. I thought he was excellent at Southampton. I thought, playing for England, coming to Man United, I thought that's a great buy. It's gone a bit AWOL for him, but he's come through that, and he looks like a player that says, my manager's backing me. If it was a cup final tomorrow, I know I'd be playing.
That's so important for a player, isn't it?
Put me in.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, your confidence comes, your shoulders are up, and the ability's always been there. And I don't be surprised. He could play left of a 3 as well.
Yeah.
And play exceedingly well. And could see him for England maybe playing that role.
Do you think perhaps the signing of Alex Telles maybe just gave him a little bit more motivation to say, I want to keep my place in this team?
Don't say I don't know.
It's definitely possible. Definitely possible. I mean, look, we can only judge what we see in terms of performances. It certainly hasn't hurt him. He seems to have been inspired by that. He seems to have pushed him along. I think you're right. Mourinho tried to coax performances out of him. Maybe he didn't go about it the right way. Maybe he went too far, when it comes to kind of pushing him. Maybe there's a more healthy balance between encouragement and challenging going on when it comes to Solskjaer. But the truth is, I think also physically, from a distance at least where we sit in the stands, he looks sharp, he looks really athletic, he looks like he's on it, and he's a fantastic player.
Yeah, this is one which I can't fathom out. Cavani. For me, if Manchester United are to really challenge Man City, Cavani, if fit, has to play every single week. And when you talk about, his age, Jamie Vardy, look at the best centre-forwards in the Premier League. Bamford plays every week for Leeds. Harry Kane, when fit, plays every week for Spurs. Jamie Vardy plays every week for Leicester when fit. Why can't Cavani, or why isn't he selected every week? Because he is the best number 9 Manchester United have.
I agree with you, Rob. I think he would need a little bit of protection here and there for his own
Why?
sake.
Well, because Vardy plays every week.
Yeah, I know, but I just think...
This is Ederson Cavani.
Yeah, his movement's the best movement from a centre-forward in the whole league. There's no
So
one
why
better.
is he a little bit of protection? I can't work that out.
I just think...
You'd pick, if you're a manager, you pick him every week.
I look at Chelsea last night, Silva. I'm thinking you need a rest. He's played 3 games and suddenly he's pulled his hamstring. He's out for probably 4 weeks. You've got to respect the age of...
Jamie Vardy's in rest.
Yeah, but it's slightly different. He's been injured. He's been out injured.
Yeah, okay.
So there you go. But he needed...
Very aggressive today.
He needed protection a little bit every now and again. But can you not remember
played.
when you were 36 playing?
I was in the Championship. But Cavani's not played. He's not played a regular...
Listen,
he doesn't play 3 or 4 games in a row.
On the pitch, I agree with you. He is the number... And everything goes around him as well. His movement... Any young kid out there, if you're a centre-forward, just go and watch Cavani. Go and watch his movement and you'll come on leaps and bounds if you copy him.
I think we have to give United a bit of credit. I'm sure they're looking at the numbers and they're looking at his fatigue levels and they measure everything. They take samples every day and they will look very carefully whether he can play more than once every week.
In his career, Raf, when he's played in
He's injured at the moment.
Has he played consistently in a team?
He has, but fewer games.
Yeah.
You don't have the amount of games.
But he's not played that many here.
Yeah, but you can't...
I know,
in a row.
but it's non-stop. It's non-stop since he's come in.
PSG, some of them games, compared to playing for Man United in the Premier League. That's not the same intensity. It's not the same, difficult game, every game in the Premier League. He's been playing in France, Rob, it's completely different. France is, at the moment, it's a one team. There's only one team in there and he played in it. So it weren't the same. You can't compare that, in my opinion.
There's also another factor. I think in some of the games, especially against slightly better opposition, Solskjaer's happier to play on the break.
Yeah.
And when you play on the break, you want Martial or Rashford as your number 9 because you can just send them long. Cavani will hold the ball up beautifully for you, but you can't send him into a 1v1 from the halfway line. And that's been very effective for
Have they got a better
chance?
chance? Here's a question for you. Man City, I believe, will win the Premier League. Have Manchester United got a better chance of winning the Premier League with Cavani starting every week or not? Simple question.
Don't say I don't
But
know.
you might, if you start him every week, then you might lose him.
Well, you might not, though.
Yeah, but I think you have to be a little bit conscious of the player's age and of his physique. And I think there's a tactical consideration.
He's the same age as Jamie Vardy.
I know, but Jamie Vardy is used
Jamie's Vardy game is different. His is like explosive.
The difference for me with Cavani is he turns half chances into goals.
So why would you play him every week?
I don't think Martial or Rashford do that.
Okay, so why would you play every week then?
I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying.
You play him every week?
Not every week. I'm just saying.
You're not
From
agreeing
a manager's situation, if he was like 4 years younger, I'd play him every week. Of course I would. But do I want to lose him for 6 weeks? That's what you've got to look at as a manager. It's tempted to play him every week, but you've got to... And I'd come back to... He's a centre-back, Silva, and I'm thinking, this might be one game just a little bit too much for this week. against Tottenham, and after 20 minutes he's pulled his hamstring and has come off. And I'm just thinking, I want Cavani the majority, 3/4 of the time playing for Manchester United if I was the manager, but I've got to make sure that he's going to be around to play 3/4 of them games.
Okay.